Come on. Come on.
Yes, YouTube, welcome back to another video. First of all, if I look like I need a trim in this vid, it's because I do. Lucy's giving me a trim tomorrow, so this is bad timing to film a YouTube. However, we're off to Scotland to see the Scotland boys for the Coach Coliseum team meetup this weekend, so we need to be fresh for that. So right now, we're looking slightly homeless, but plans are in place to fix that, boys. No stress. Just got work done. It is 11:37. That's work for the morning. It is a long old day today, so we'll show you how we manage that. We're going to get off for push now, and this is all-time strength push. So we're going to go through that. I'm going to watch my check-in from Ben. Got that through this morning. So I'm going to go get myself sorted, get this watched, and I'll see you in the car for any updates. Let's get it. Sun is shining. The pre is down. We've just had pod on. I need to stop moving because my camera moves and it's just falling off. Pod on. Pre down. Extra ice in the pre today. Sun is shining. Unreal. If you're being lazy, boys, if you've just skipped gym yesterday, you're going to skip gym today. You're just going to sat there. You sat on your bum. You're not doing anything. Come on. Come on. You get to go smash your pre, get in there, go and drill a session, go and make some progress, go feel good, go and progress your physique, and you're just sat moaning and saying, I can't be bothered. You get to go and train. You don't have to go and train. You get to go and train. You are healthy. You can be even healthier. You can go and look better and feel better. All you have to do is get over that little, it would be nice to just sit and do nothing. That's it. That's the only thing you have to get over. Everybody has got time to get in there. As many times on their plan in the week, you've got time to go and get in there. The only other thing you would be doing is literally sat on your arse, either eating or watching telly. So if that is you right now, my little pre-gym rant, please go get your session drilled. You're going to feel 10 times better. You're going to be healthier. You're going to look better. Everything's better. There's nothing that can convince me otherwise. I see both ends of the spectrum. So trust me, get in there, go and enjoy your session. Feedback from Ben. Food is up. 3,900 calories, boys, which is the most food I've ever been on, right? I was not expecting food to get that high, to be honest. I've always not needed much to gain weight, but I think just the start point we were in with getting that down and being smart, and just how hard I've trained for this whole entire phase, I think that's just put me in a really, really good spot. So 3,900 calories is in. That's a lot of food. That is a lot of food. So we've been 88s. We were looking through. It's been the last 3 weeks. So we want to creep into them 89s, creep into them 90s, hold there. So even more food coming in, 25 gram of carb, which is extra fuel, fellas, to go and get this session drilled. And another reason I've been able to move that food up, I have not had one day that has been over that food. I have not asked for more food. I have not implied that I want more food or I'm hungry or anything like that. I have said to Ben, this is training, Ben. These are some nice clear physique pictures that are in the same light in every single week, same time, boom. Right, Luke, let's get this in. Let's get this in. Let's get this in. Let's get this in. That is how. I've not had, I didn't do this for 4 days. I didn't do this for 4 days. I didn't do this for 5 days. Whatever it is, it's all been consistent. So if you want to get that food up and you want to get the training level to where it is that you'll see today, take that consistency. It's not rocket science, boys. It is just consistency with that. So we've got some big presses today. Again, you've probably seen these if you've been watching the YouTubes this whole entire gaining phase, and that is just proof in the pudding that put the work in with the movements and progress them and you will grow. So push, what's this, my push B? What day are we on? Thursday. Yes, this is my push B. So we're going to get in, we're going to absolutely rinse that. I'm going to start with some abs and then some pec deck. So I'll see you in there. We've got a lot of load to lift. I'm going to lift it. So let's go and grow the chest, and then grow the delts, and then grow the tries, boys. And I'm actually hot and my eyebrows are tingling, so let's roll. Right, fellas, we're in. Abs done, 3 sets. You've seen me on that machine about 3,000 times, so I've done all 3 sets. That's why we're up here. Down onto the pec deck now. And this is the perfect example of what I mean by sticking with a movement, progressing it. That will grow your chest. In this case, like this pec deck now, probably started like halfway down the stack, and now we're over the stack with the same control, same pause in the stretch, contracting hard, if anything, even better form as I've gone. So keep standardized, re-standardize when you need to, and you can keep these movements in for a long time. Hence why I have still got this pec deck in, and it is still progressing. Don't feel like you need to chop and change. Me going from half the stack to over the stack. Is that going to grow my chest? Yes, it is. Do the same thing. Do not just rush through changing those movements. As soon as something sores, you swap it out and then you look at your form and it's terrible. Lock in with that. and that will pay off massively. Right, boys, incline Atlantis time. Last week, 5.5 plates for 7. So we need to try and beat 7 now. Liquid chalk goes on, and you'll see, even now with this, not getting carried away, I could just jump in here and bang 7 plates, but we don't want to do that. I want to get less stimulus from that. I want to fail with my chest, create as much stimulus as possible with as much load as possible. So that is why we've got 5.5 plates. We're going to have a nice little pause. It's not overly slow, but we're going to be controlled throughout the whole entire set. So I'll show you the full set, boys. Let's see if we can lock in and beat 7. Let's roll. Eight reps, boys. We take that all day. So if you watched the last YouTube, boys, you'll have seen, I spoke a little about the rep ranges that I like. Essentially, what we're looking at is, right, let's get close to failure in a hypertrophy rep range. Let's, for me, fail in a hypertrophy rep range, right? If I go over, say, 12 on here, I start to lose composure. For me, I can't lock in the same. I just don't like it, right? So, like, I've got to get 9 here now. I got 8 last week. This is 9. 10 on the stack, top of my rep range. If I have a good controlled 9 here with a pause, perfect. I will stay that 69 and then my back off slightly above that. So don't feel like you need to be doing stupid high reps. As long as you've got control, time and attention, full range. If I start to cut range and just bounce through them, then yeah, 9 at the top would be very low. But you see the control I'll have here, the pause and the stretch and then driving through. My chest, after those 4 sets already, is fried. 2 more, it's going to be completely fried. So let's get 9 reps, boys. I'll show you the full set again. If you don't think I can get it, let me know in the comments. 10 on the stack, 9, Torres, Nunes. We're at Gerard at the minute. We need to get past Gerard, even though if we stay on Gerard, he is the GOAT. But let's go. Good, clean 9, boys. Chest is smoked. Bash. So the laterals now, fellas, we just did the first of 3, and then I've got X's, triceps, and then a normal tricep extension. So that is how you will grow your chest, boys. You don't have to do anything crazy. That was 6 sets for me there. And I've used that pec deck for ages. I've used the incline press for ages. I've used the flat press for ages. Get in, a fly, an incline, a flat, get form good, get form standardized, get in that nice stretch, drive through, be explosive, attack them, challenge yourself. Do that week in, week out. Don't miss a week, don't moan, don't chop and change. Stick with your chest will grow. How can it not grow when you do that, right? It is genuinely as simple as that, boys. So make sure you lock in with that, because I think as guys, it's so easy to just try and move that load. And even looking back at my incline Atlantis, I probably need to tidy them a little bit more if I want to make sure they keep progressing. So I'll just be patient. I have been being nice and patient with that. That's why we're not just flown up to 6 and bounce them around. So we'll make them adjustments. I'm going to get these drilled. That's enough of me talking on camera for this session, because I need a trim. To be honest, boys, the hat's pissing me off. So taking the hat off, and that's me done. Right, fellas, if we can save time, we're saving time. So when I'm in a rush and I need it, shout out my brother for letting me know. Aldi have started doing sticky rice. 420 cal for the full packet, which is pretty much what I was having. So now I make the beef for 4 days. So when that's already on a day like today, that goes straight in, and that will save me a lot of time. So even though they add up a little bit more than just cooking the rice, it's worth it. If I can get 15 minutes, that's a lot in the evening for me to crack on. I can get a lot done in that time. So that across the week adds up massively, and sticky rice is banging as well. So if you've not tried it, give it a try. But it is 420 calories for the full packet, so just be careful you're not overdoing it. Right now I can do that, that's fine, but just be careful. In a fat loss phase, we'd have to pull some away from that, most likely, unless we were obviously starting food at very, very high. But that, in terms of saving time, it's going to be an absolute game changer. Also, Aldi, up your game, mate. I had to get them ones because they literally didn't even have the 70% ones. Niche. So poor. That's why when I go and they have the 85%, I buy about 7 packets because their game is terrible. I love Aldi, but dark choc game, weak. Good morning, fellas. It's currently just before 6 AM and we've got a few of the boys starting their shoot prep as well. So always very excited when we've got a clear goal, a clear day to walk towards, because the shoot last year was really, really good. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot, and then this year we've got even more of the boys doing it, which is amazing. So very excited for that, because it's always a good day, and always seeing because not only with some of these guys is it the transformation from now until the shoot, but it's the transformation from when they first started to actually like even think about doing a shoot is crazy. So it's always nice, and I can't complain about that at 5 AM, 6 AM in the morning. We love it. So we're gonna crack on. Chest from yesterday is a bit tender. Successful session, I think, fellas. You don't need DOMs for a successful session, but it was still a successful session because I progressed everything. But we're going to crack on. And then we've got 3,940 calories to get down again today now. Little spike up, 89 bang on this morning. So we are climbing towards that 90, boys. We are climbing. And then I need to get sorted because tomorrow we're off to Scotland. We've got the 2 team days, which we're excited for. So I'll go through the game plan. And this, boys, is why I have to train. That's a busy old morning of work, and I've just remembered I've not sent through my check-in for the week, so I'm going to go back and sit down. But I was about to say it's a long old morning, so by that time to then actually be able to focus, I need to go train. So like I just had this with one of my clients, Dan, who's asking me like, when you are like mentally just a bit fried, do you still go and train? And absolutely, because you'll be in a much better spot once you've trained. So I'm an absolute idiot. Let's film that, keep the boys posted, and then I'm off to train legs, fellas. Yes, fellas, good morning. Hope we are all doing well. So, another big week for me. Food increase, when was that? Wednesday. Was that Wednesday? No, it was yesterday. Food increase yesterday. So, pretty much for the past 3 weeks, been locked into those 88s. So Ben moved food up now. We're on 3,950 now on a training day, 3,550 on a non-training day. So this is the highest, boys, that my food has been. And again, I said last week, like this is where we'll start to get a little bit softer, boys. But I've got to be okay with that now. I've got to just lock in and embrace that. And fellas, I'm all for a bit of variety in your food, right? But one thing I would keep the same is your pre, because how you feel off that meal is very important. So if you're switching that up, you can't really guarantee a good session. So I think that started when I played football. I'd always eat the same thing before playing football, and it's the same thing with training. Like I know for me, oats digest fantastically well. Obviously from a macro standpoint, they put me in a good spot as well. The squares bars, which digest really well. So keep that the same. If you're keeping one meal the same, I'd recommend keeping a few to make your life a hell of a lot easier and keep macros on point, but keep pre the same, because then if you don't feel good, you can swap it. If you do feel good, you can keep it. And that, obviously in terms of performance, is very important. Right boys, legs just got absolutely demolished. Like, I mean demolished. I'm ready for a sit down and a work block now. So I'm going to send out Friday application responses. If you want yours, this room will look very familiar. You will get yours sent straight over to you on WhatsApp. Just fill in simple form. I'll leave it down in the description. We've got this, boys, as well. Now, if you remember, this reminds me, right? So it's the strawberries and cream flavour Pepsi. Now, it's not that nice, I'm not gonna lie. However, it does taste bang on strawberries and cream. I think if you were properly in the mood for it, warm day, cold, it'd be alright. I remember, it reminds me of when I used to be in the back of my mum's car. She'd get petrol, I'd get a strawberry and cream, chupa chup like a little lolly. Petrol station, mate. That's literally what it reminded me of straight away. That's a Shell garage, chupa chup that. And that Shell garage I don't think is even there anymore. So I'm washed, mate. Washed. Well, that's what it reminds me of. That is nostalgic. And I used to drink the normal Black Monster, like the full sugar one. And so now when I have the no sugar one, that's nostalgia, mate. That's UFC. That's 2 of those at 2 in the morning. Old school McGregor UFC nostalgia. So I don't mind a bit of nostalgia from the drinks. Talking UFC, Pereira this weekend. This will be out when this has just happened. So let's see if I'm right, boys. I'm going for, I know they're both favourites. I think Pereira's favourite just. I'll go for a finish again, you know. Don't get me wrong, I know Ankalaev is good. But for me, Pereira, if you're spending the majority of the fight on the feet, which I think it will, because I don't really think Ankalaev has shot loads. He did against Blakovic and he still drew that. I'm going for a KO, you know. I think he just hits too hard, mate. He hits too hard, so we'll go for Poatan. And then I like Gaethje, but I think he was losing the last fight against Fiziev. And I think Fiziev literally just gassed and then Gaethje picked up, didn't he? So I will go with a Fiziev win. I think if he doesn't gas, I'll go with a Fiziev dub. I think he was just going a bit too crazy last time. He started well, but then he just tapered off, and that's when Gaethje picked it up. So I'll go for that double. The rest of the cards, not great, boys, is it, to be honest? So see if I'm right. If you've watched that, get in the comments. Let's see. But I appreciate you watching, fellas. Thank you very much for tuning in. Plenty more vids coming. I will be in Scotland when this is live, so you'll have some footage from that as well. And we will have a new YouTube every Sunday, every Wednesday. So make sure you sub to get them and drop me a like, drop me a comment. Link to coaching in the description. Perform code Luke25. Best subs in the game. Get on that, save yourself money. And I'll catch you in the next one in a few days, boys. Peace.